Now I'm going to transform this ordinary terracotta pot that I picked up very inexpensively from a garden centre, and we're going to turn it into the Mosaic fish pot. Now I've got all my designs here ready to cut out, and I've got the big fish and I've got the smaller fish. There you go. Now it depends on which pot you're going to do. If you're going to do a bigger pot, then print out more pages. Smaller pot, just print out the smaller fish. Save the big ones for another project. You've also got all these different sizes here of the mosaic backgrounds, which you can just cut up and use. But you can also, if you've been using on other projects, you can save all the bits and pieces that you use there, cut the fish out there. Then you can just take the white off. As you can see here, I've got loads of leftover ones. These are great. You'd normally just throw these away. You can see here I've cut off all the white bits. Now those I've put into my box ready to make into paper mache, so they can go. You can see there I've got all those, and now it's ready to start doing the pot. Now before you add the mosaic to the background of the pot, I like to work out where my fish are going. So I've cut all the fish out, and then I've got some of this white tack here. You can see a little bit of the white tack there. Just a little bit on it, just keeps it in position while you're kind of adjusting the design. So I'm going to stick that one down there, and then maybe I can take this one and a little bit of white tack to go on the back of each of the fish there, like so. And then I can move that around a little bit and just put that in position, and just go all the way around, filling in the gaps that you want the fish to go. When you've done that, it's a good idea to just take a quick picture with your smartphone or any phone, and then just print them off, so that when you come to reassemble it, you've got the pattern there where everything fits together and what fish goes where. Now I've got my pot here ready. Now the design, I'm going to take it up to the rim here. I don't want it to go onto the rim here. I want to leave this terracotta. So I've got some masking tape here, and I like to just pull it into small strips and then carefully just go around the edge, sticking that down all the way around, just to mask off the area where you don't want any of the mosaic to go, like that, and go all the way around. Now as you can see, I've masked up the rim here of the pot, and I'm just going to prepare some of these scraps of the mosaic paper. Now I want it nice and straight along the top, so I've got a nice straight edge here on the paper. I'm just going to cut these into small strips, so as it bends around the pot, it's not going to crease. Now I've got my pot prepared. I've got my little bit of glue here at the side, just the ordinary PVA glue, and I'm just going to do section by section, just a little bit of glue, and then you can see the flat edge here goes up to the top there, and try and keep these as even as possible so you get a nice flat edge all the way around. And then the next flat edge just butts up over the top of that one, line it up and stick that down as well, and then just work your way around the pot, adding more strips to get a nice even band at the top there. Now you can see that I've stuck down the scraps of mosaic paper all the way around the pot there to get a nice even rim. Now I've done the top rim of the plant pot holder, or the plant pot, and I'm going to the bottom now. Now if this was a plant pot holder, I could take the next layer right up to the edge there, the bottom, and go all the way around. But because this is probably going to be standing in water when you water it, I don't want it leaking into the design, so I'm going to mask off around the edge, a straight line, and just give it about, I don't know, 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, quarter of an inch all the way around, so it gives you that leeway of when you're putting it into a pot so that you've got water. It's not going to bleed underneath the design. Now just repeat to the bottom here what you did at the top. A little bit of glue on your brush and just do section at a time. Don't try to do too much. And I've got nice little cut out pieces, and you're aiming to try and get a nice neat rim around the bottom there. And now I'm just adding the last section there now. Now just let that dry for a little while before you start doing the middle section. Now all you've got to do is join up the top and the bottom with some random pieces of the mosaic paper. Now obviously, because these are more straight here, you can just put anything on and just stick that down. You can use much bigger pieces if you want to. They'll stick down fine. Now the good thing is, as you've noticed, I'm putting this glue on really thinly. If I had it too thick, then it would wrinkle the paper a lot. So it's best to try and keep the glue as minimal as possible. Then it's not going to saturate into the paper and make it wrinkle too much. You'll always get a little bit of wrinkle, but that's not the end of the world. And there you can see the pot now is completely covered. Now all you have to do now, is any wrinkles there, try and press them down now as you go around while it's still relatively soft, the glue, and just go around. Then when you're satisfied it's all okay, just put it to one side to dry. Now you can see I've got my plant pot here, and the paper mosaic has dried completely. Now I can add my fish. Now, as you remember, I took a picture of the fish. I laid them out first on the pot. Now I can use that as a guide for putting everything in the right place. Start off with this pink fish here, which is towards the bottom like that. So I'll just get that there. Now I know where it's going to go. Then you just take some of the PVA glue again, and you just paint all over the top here, like so. Give it a liberal dose, but very thin. You don't forget, if you use it too thick, you want it to grip the paper. If you have it too thick, it will wrinkle the paper. If it wrinkles, it's not the end of the world. You just push it down with your finger. Now I've stuck that down there gently. From the middle, just gently brush out, and it'll stick down, hopefully without any wrinkles as you do that. So from the middle, just work your way around and just stick that down. And if you want, you can give it a little bit of extra glue just over the top, just to seal it gently. The glue has now totally dried on the paper mosaic and the fish here on the terracotta pot, and now I'm going to apply some varnish is the word I'm looking for. Now it depends on you whether you're going to put this inside the house or outside the house. If you're going to put it outside the house, then I'd recommend that you use an exterior varnish, but inside the house, just a normal water-based varnish is really good. And this one is very good because it's good for against scuffs and scratches, and also it's non-yellowing, which won't make it look aged as it gets older. So just give it one coat, and then as many coats as you want, building up layer by layer. And now you can see the plant pot has been fully varnished all the way around there, and it feels like ceramic. It's absolutely beautiful. Now's the time to take the tape off. Now if you've got a little bit of tape that the varnish has bled into, it'll be stuck to the pot, but all you have to do is take a scalpel, and where that joins, just run your scalpel along there like so, where the tape matches up. And then you, bit by bit, you can start peeling your tape off. And there you can see I've stripped off all of the paper around the top and the bottom here. Now if you want, you could always add a little bit more varnish there and varnish there so it completely seals it. It's entirely up to you. But you can see that is beautiful now with that all cut out.